I've been waiting 6 months to finally play this game. Pokemon Legends Arceus is probably one of the best Pokemon games out there right now, and it's not been getting that much attention lately. The game has died out with the new announcements of Pokemon Violet and Scarlet. Seriously, the game has been barely getting any views, so why am I doing this? Because I hate myself. But we start off with a brighting light coming from Bidoof. We wake up from that wet dream and find this, idiot looking at us. We name ourselves Gerald because that is the name of a king. And let's ignore that butthole floating in the sky. Anyway, we admire this nice scenery. It looks very good, this game. And we find a phone. My immersion has been really ruined. I don't like this. We catch up all the Pokemon that we needed to catch, progress through the game and find out that they release fireworks, which is weird. What you're seeing right now is a walking sequence in a Pokemon game. Let's just acknowledge this massive upgrade. Like, you never thought that you'd get to this point in a Pokemon game before, I bet. Yeah, a walking sequence with interactive dialogue. We're evolving. We truly are. But everything has to come to an end, and we get approached by a girl. Again, my immersion is being ruined. This is not realistic at all. What is that facial expression? But not only that, we get approached by 2 females. Yeah, this is really weird now. Today we find out our new house, which is a bit of a shithole. I'm joking, I would love this place. Like, this is bigger than my room. Like, I take this any time of the day, honestly. Our god, lord, and savior Bidoof has summoned a lightning rod on a tree. Anyway, we have to complete a trial because yes, we are considered a foreigner. I bet it's because of the sandals without the socks. And although that sounds, kind of racist, we do get our first mission. But before that, we have to choose our starter, and the choice is pretty obvious. Of course it's Cyndaquil. That Hisuian Typhlosion is gorgeous. Oh my god. This game is 10 out of 10. We meet the Cynthia wannabe who tries to battle us, of course. What a loser. I discovered that your player can move midway through a battle, so I had to try it. We say our goodbyes to false Cynthia, and we arrive at the Obsidian Fieldlands. Look at that view. Incredible. Sneak around this Bidoof to find out that he is packing some cake. Look at that. Moving on from that lovely view, I capture a Starly and a Shinx to wrap up our trial and finally get recognized as a US citizen. That was a pretty bad joke. Okay, I won't do that again. We report back to camp, and Laventon, the professor, takes us a photo while we are blinking. Fat prick. Anyway, we finally complete the trial and we get some nice looking drip. We meet up with the commander of the Galactic Expedition team, and he kind of looks like a dickhead. Tosses us halfway through the room, so not only does he look like a dickhead, he actually is a dickhead. This shady lady as well offers us some new clothes because we played through BDSP. I only have 1 badge in the game, but I'll still accept it. And in the meantime, we learn how to craft, which is pretty simple yet very important in this game, I can assure you. The professor comes at us with a Pokedex, which is actually a book. I mean, you have these Steam Pokeballs that you don't know how to develop an actual proper Pokedex. This man approaches us and wants us to catch him a Wurmple as a side quest. I got you, my king. With all this in mind, our objective now is to catch a bunch of Pokemon that we will never use and either release to the wild or leave them at the pasture for them to hope that one day I'll actually give them some attention. So I think the choice is pretty obvious. And now, as you can see, we are scouting out a majestic Snorlax in its natural own habitat. If we approach it, you can analyze closely that is indeed a fat fuck. All of this just so we can reach rank 1 in the Survey Corps, which will make Pokemon up to level 20 obey us and allow us to make heavy balls to catch heavy Pokemon. Now, I'm not that heartless. Some Pokemon that I catch I will actually use, like the Shinx from last episode, a Weasel, a Drifloon, which I never actually used, but I think the Ghost and Flying type combo can be pretty useful, and a Dustox and Starly that are only temporary, which means I'll soon let them rot back at the village. Swiftly moving on, we finish our field trip and report back to Captain Silene, who looks like a man. Seriously, when this character got revealed, I unironically called her Cyrus, thinking she was a he. Luckily for me, she doesn't know and won't grab the belt, so I go meet Akari at the training grounds because she wants to battle us, and who would have guessed it, her partner is a Pikachu. It truly wouldn't be a Pokemon game without someone with a bit of relevancy in the story owning a Pikachu. So we end up winning the battle quite easily with Dustox and meet this huge lady who has the strength of 2 freight trains and would probably have her husband make her a sandwich. She teaches us about strong and agile style moves, which I already knew because some Pokemon already had master moves. So being the high IQ person I am, I used them randomly without really caring what their effects were. Because that is what a true gamer does, we don't read instructions. In the meantime, we receive orders to meet up with Mai, but before that, I get approached by someone who wants mushrooms. Knowing this, I try to replicate the Assassin's Creed iconic dive, but without the pile of hay at the end so I could kill myself. I finally meet Mai, and her design really did surprise me for how bad it was. Not only is her hairpin ugly, she filled her pants with drawings, the same pants her mom worked so hard to buy, which reveals that she truly has no empathy towards other people and should be abandoned alongside my Pokemon back at the pasture. As I beat her in a battle, our reward is to climb this mountain path up to Deer Track Heights to beat this Kricketune that is extremely aggressive and has glowing red eyes. Now I'm not a detective, but he might have sniffed something. And so the battle begins. Utilizing my big brain, I use Cyndaquil and Starly as they have super effective moves. Let's all ignore that my Cyndaquil died thanks to a cheeky aerial ace I tried to protect him from by sacrificing myself. Even so, Cyndaquil already had done some damage, so it was an easier fight for Starly as it finished off the Kricketune with 2 strong style gusts. Our victory was so good that this handsome looking deer shows up, but he doesn't think any of us are worthy, so he just walks away like a Giga Chad. Okay, it's childish, can't be no drop it like the NASDAQ. Move